به نام خدا سلام عرض می‌کنم بینندگان عزیز همه ما دوست
In the
داریم
name of God. Hello, dear viewers. All of us, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, no matter our age, have done things in the past that we now realize were mistakes. That's just how life goes. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. But the problem is that we usually get stuck in those mistakes and wrong decisions, and staying stuck like that stops us from moving forward. I always like to use the example of pulling the handbrake in a car. Think about it. When you pull the handbrake while driving, put it in gear, step on the gas, and the car will move, but really hard, really tough. Sometimes we do the same thing with our minds. By staying stuck in the past and dwelling on past mistakes, we basically pull the handbrake in our minds. That makes us stall, struggle to move forward, and often lose hope. It creates a feeling of helplessness that stops us from living properly. This video is important because most people deal with this, and I want to share some points that I think are helpful. If you pay attention to it, really focus, it can help you a lot to get through the situation. Look, my friends, the reality happening around us, among us humans, is that we need to figure out how to deal with our past mistakes. The important thing is that staying stuck in those mistakes doesn't solve anything. If something happened, an accident took place, or you missed an opportunity, sitting around feeling sad and asking yourself, why did I do that, or why did I say that, won't fix the problem. Here are a few techniques. I want to say this, please pay close attention to these techniques and try to apply them in your life. You'll see that your mind will amazingly calm down, your mind will feel free, and you'll be able to get through problems, but with a stronger foundation based on your past experiences. There are a few key principles here that I call the fundamentals of this technique. The first principle is actually accepting your mistakes. Just accepting that you made a mistake is really, really important. The first step is acknowledging the mistake you made, whether in your decisions or in we're having second thoughts about what we said, so let's just see it as it is and accept it. I did this. A lot of people's problem is that they don't want to admit the mistake itself. There's this kind of unhealthy perfectionism that stops them from facing their own errors. No. First of all, we have to honestly admit the mistake. The only person who can really do that is ourselves, our own conscience, and maybe the one who can honestly talk about that mistake with us is also ourselves. God is aware too, so let's not justify it, deny it, or destroy ourselves over it. That's it. Accepting things has a huge impact on your ego. Sometimes our pride makes it hard to admit that maybe we shouldn't have done something. It's like we can't come to terms with the fact that we made a mistake. We act like we're supposed to be perfect all the time. But everyone messes up, and we have to remember that being human means being prone to mistakes. That doesn't mean we should use it as an excuse to keep messing up. This is important. Think about it. Our kind and loving God has given us a chance called the opportunity to repent. It says if you carry the weight of your sins, as long as you haven't wronged anyone or taken anyone's rights, whatever sin you've committed, even the biggest one, is nothing bigger than God. So I, the great God, tell you that if you don't repeat that sin, don't stay stuck in it, and don't want to do it again, just fully accept that you made a mistake. You don't even have to tell anyone. Just say to yourself, I forgive myself, like a newborn child. This is actually a really fundamental point for us, dear friends. Humans make mistakes, but that doesn't mean we should just accept any mistake. From now on, let's stop just saying humans make mistakes. No. A wise person is someone who doesn't make mistakes, who plans well and thinks things through. But sometimes, honestly, we just didn't understand things right, or we miscalculated, took action too late, or missed an opportunity. That's fine. We need to accept that we messed up, but not get stuck there. Instead, let's make sure that mistake doesn't happen again. That's the first and most important step. Accepting this will first of all end the inner battle you have with yourself, and that's really important. And when you're done fighting with yourself, that hatred you've built up because of that mistake and couldn't forgive yourself for, you can start to let go of that hate a little bit and get your mind ready for some change. Think about a student who cheated on an exam. Sure, they did something wrong, but if they just deny it and say, oh, everyone cheats, it's no big deal, that's definitely the wrong mindset. Their mind's just fooling them. On the other hand, if they beat themselves up way too much, thinking, I'm a terrible person because I cheated, and keep fighting themselves non-stop, that's not good either. This isn't the right path. What really matters is healthy acceptance. When I say acceptance, I mean accepting reality, but our acceptance was healthy. What does that mean? It means going over the issue honestly with yourself and planting the fact in your mind that you made a mistake. You're human, you messed up, and you'll make it right. If you look at it that way, that you'll make it right, that you've admitted your mistake, accepted it, and won't repeat it, this principle is a super important foundation for your peace of mind and finding inner peace. That's the first principle. The second one that needs to happen is not dwelling on the past. Look, the problem isn't the mistake itself, even though that mistake did cause some problems. The real problem now isn't what happened, it's getting stuck on that mistake. I wish I hadn't said this. I wish I hadn't done that. Why did this happen? Why did they make that decision? None of that helps. You can't find a button in life to rewind and erase it. So live your life and align your mind with reality. Constantly beating yourself up and dwelling on past mistakes just drains your energy and life. It eats you up and swallows you whole, then ends up ruining your present and future too. Imagine someone had a special relationship with someone else and said something really hurtful during it. Then, every day they keep thinking, why did I say that? As a result, the relationship doesn't get fixed, and that person never finds peace. Take a good look at reality. So what's the right way? The right way is to stop obsessing over it in your mind, accept that it was a mistake, and then focus on what you can do now. What's the right thing to do from here that can make up for the past? That's what you should look for and follow, instead of saying there's no way. I don't believe there's no way out. There's always a solution for every problem. No one can say there's a mistake without a fix. Sometimes we just don't want to look for a solution because we're mentally lazy, or maybe it's not laziness but pride. Our pride won't let us go and fix things. Our stubbornness holds us back, making us stay stuck in the mess we created, getting worse by overthinking and beating ourselves up. The third key is healthy admission. What does healthy admission mean? It means having a place, someone, a safe and listening ear to turn to. I just want someone who won't ruin my reputation, someone who can really empathize with me, someone who lets me open up and confess in front of them. That person is the one I can talk to and let it all out. Letting it out by talking and confessing to someone you trust is a really important step, but that person matters a lot. Some people misuse this idea. For example, in some religious traditions, like certain Christian communities, they have this thing called confession. You go into a room and a priest sits there and you confess. That's not really a proper solution at all, because the person sitting there, the one you're confessing to, they know you. They're human too, just human. So they might just go and spill your secret tomorrow, or maybe say what's really on your mind. But if you trust God, believing He's a living, active, all-powerful being, and you have faith in Him, then this won't be a problem. That kind of confession should be made only before God. You're wrong, and actually your mistake is a big one. Maybe you're scared of losing face or something, but you brushed it off. Still, your conscience is bothering you. Of course, as long as you haven't wronged anyone, haven't taken anyone's money, haven't been unfair to anyone, if you've messed up, sinned, made a mistake, and your conscience is killing you, bothering you, not letting you move on, turn to God. We have such a good God, and honestly, it's sad that we, His ungrateful servants, sometimes don't even know Him, and even when we do, we forget that He's the cure for all our pain. God has said so many times, if you sincerely take one step toward me, I'll take 10 steps toward you. Does He forgive all sins? Yes, all of them. The biggest sin you can imagine, He forgives it, on one condition: it doesn't involve the rights of other people. No way, He won't forgive that, because in God's view, nothing is more honorable than a human being. If you wronged someone, you have to make it right. That's their right. But for other mistakes, just talk to God and ask for help. Some mistakes aren't so deep that they mess with your reputation or become life secrets that, if revealed, would ruin your life. Like you made a mistake, said something that hurt someone, and now you don't know what to do. Well, in that case, go see a specialist, someone who's trustworthy, knowledgeable, and experienced. Find someone mature to talk to when you make a mistake and want advice on how to fix it. It's like venting, but you're sharing with a wise, good listener. Just make sure this person is trustworthy and preferably not too close to you, someone you don't have to look in the eye. Secrets should always stay private. Go to someone who truly has good qualities and wisdom, not just anyone. Don't just spill your problems online or to any coworker. Don't confess your mistakes to a toxic person. Turning inward never helps. Letting it out is the way to go. That mistake actually lightens your mind a little, easing the psychological burden you've been carrying. Once you release it, it creates space for new things to come in. Think of it like a law of exchange. When you empty out, you're ready to receive again. This opens your mind to guidance, allowing you to sit, listen, learn, and make changes. Let me stress this principle again. Those who watch my videos on the channel know that I've often warned about the dangers of revealing secrets or inner feelings that shouldn't be shared. Here, I want to stress again, don't go around telling everyone about your mistakes. Only if it's necessary, first tell God. If you need to, tell someone, a wise person, for example. If someone's betrayed a friend, instead of hiding it, they should try to make it right by consulting with a knowledgeable expert. Talk it through. I made this mistake. What's the right way forward? That's the third principle.
The fourth principle is called corrective action. See, just saying, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake," or telling ourselves, "I made a mistake, so I forgive myself," isn't enough. If you cause someone else to make a mistake, your mind is still... You tell yourself, this isn't enough, this won't solve anything. But until you actually decide to take action and not repeat that mistake, the problem won't get fixed. It happens because you're not growing, you're stuck in the same place. Growth means recognizing your mistake and fixing it. If you realize and accept your mistake, but don't take the next important step to fix it, no growth happens. You're still stuck there, holding yourself back from future growth, progress, and breakthroughs. This won't solve your problem. So repeating mistakes and not learning to fix them is just staying stuck. The only thing that leads to progress is addressing mistakes with solutions. Learn new things, fix your mistakes, and don't repeat them. Listen up, friends. These few points are really important, and I want to stress them. If you truly want to work on yourself, these are the key ideas you need to focus on. There's another principle in this context, and that's having a big picture view of humans. This is super important. What's that big picture view? It's the understanding that no one is perfect. In our Muslim perspective, especially for us Shia who hold religious beliefs, the only exceptions are the 14 infallibles, those who are protected by divine power, the overwhelming power of God himself. The rules were made for 4 people, but 14 people, including Esmet, have accepted them. These are our religious beliefs. We're not trying to have a religious debate here. Whether some people accept it or not isn't the point right now. If someone wants, we can talk about it later. We can bring logical and scientific reasons to explain why this is actually right and why it's the wisdom behind life in this world. Let's move past that. You'll never find a perfect person. Humans have both confused and clear minds. Sometimes they make mistakes, sometimes they do things right, and those mistakes are part of the growth process. Whenever you mess up, you end up winning somewhere. In a soccer game, you don't have to score so many goals or win every time to become a champion in the end. You need to find the challenges, see where your weaknesses were, and then work on strengthening them so you can score next time. Mistakes in life are just part of our growth journey as humans. The 3 key steps to dealing with mistakes are acceptance, honest admission to God or to a wise person, and behavior correction. If you really do these and try to recognize your mistakes without beating yourself up or getting crushed under the weight of toxic thoughts from past errors, you'll be okay. Don't do that and don't hide it either. Learn from it and adjust your path. You'll see how much you turn into a successful person, how calm you become, how peaceful your mind gets, and how well you release your stress. Now, live your life. Life's not over. Every day is going to bring a new challenge. If you made a mistake in the past, leave it behind. Don't stay stuck in it or beat yourself up. Being human means making mistakes, but also having awareness and the ability to improve. When mistake plus awareness plus improvement come together in a person, it leads to growth. So if you think you can avoid making mistakes, problems get solved. But if you're always chasing perfect perfection, you'll constantly be stuck in that struggle.
I never recommend someone just accepting mistakes and saying, okay, I'm supposed to mess up. No, a smart person shouldn't make mistakes. A smart person should have a clear goal. A smart person needs to plan properly. A smart person should see all the obstacles ahead. A smart person should do whatever it takes to reach their goal without errors. But since our minds are limited and not perfect, our perspectives can be flawed. Sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we misunderstand. Sometimes we misread the path. If you haven't seen it before, don't get stuck messing up in one spot. Don't stay stuck. Don't darken your life and the world around you, and don't see everything as dark. A lot of successful people fell down and failed so many times before they made it, they kept going. But moving on only counts if you grow and learn from those mistakes. Get up, live your life, stay energized. Don't stay buried under toxic news, violent headlines, or worries. Before you know it, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months have passed, and you're falling behind because you didn't know what your life was becoming. No, live your life. Keep moving forward. Go for it. Be bold. Be strong. Stand your ground. You're human. Humans are incredible beings, and all the happiness and misery you create for yourself comes from your thoughts and this one part of you. Arm your mind with power and move forward. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Thanks for liking it. It helps others see it too. Maybe it'll change their mood, make them feel better, and help them live stronger lives. I really appreciate it. I hope God blesses your life as much as your generosity in sharing this content. Wherever you are, wishing you success. With respect, Amir.